I'm going to talk to you about the resources that are on this Google Doc that are going to help you use your Chromebook in order to record the interview and then also come and take those audio recordings and add them to an app called WeVideo so that you can turn that into a digital story. So the two tools I'm going to review right now are going to be Soundcloud. And Soundcloud is an app that allows you to voice record with your Chromebook. It's also an iPad or a smartphone or iPhone app. So if you were using those tools to do the audio recording, that's great too, because then you can sync here with your Chromebook. And then again, taking the voice recording and putting it in WeVideo. So this Google Doc, first of all, gives you a whole bunch of resources in order to do that and some tutorials to go along with this as well. But let me just walk you through what both of them will look like. So SoundCloud, what you'll end up doing is coming to soundcloud.com and creating an account if you don't already have one. I've gone ahead and done that already, and I've signed in, and so my name is over up here, and I can see the collections, which are the voice recordings that I've already made. In order to create the interview, you're going to come on over when you're with your interviewee and you're going to click upload. And instead of choosing a file to upload, you will start a new recording. And that'll give your Chromebook access to this ability to record. So let's go ahead and do that. And I'll click the record button, but before I do that, I have to give permissions to allow that. And then I can go ahead and say record. And you'll notice it's going to start recording right here. What I'm going to suggest that you do is for each one of your interview questions, you do one distinct recording. Once you've finished the answer back and forth around interview question 1, you go ahead and you stop that and you upload your recording into SoundCloud. The reason to do that is when you're getting ready to edit it later and put it into WeVideo or to cut it down, it's going to be easier for you when you're working with just smaller files like this. If you've already done the whole recording, no worries, but this is what I would suggest you do with your interviewee. You say, can I stop for just a second? Here's my interview. Just label what this is. Interview question 3. Let's just pretend it's at that point. I can skip all of these other things in terms of description and images if you want. I would suggest that you click downloads disabled because you're going to want to be able to download, and then you hit save. And then you can go back through the process to start. You'll see that the interview is here, but there's not a lot of ability at this point to edit it here in SoundCloud, at least on your Chromebook. If you are in your iPad or your smartphone app, you can edit at that point, but here you can only download and share. So again, if you were ready to ask the 4th question, you'd click upload and go through that process again. If you notice that the audio recordings are available here, they can be shared, and the way that you're going to want to go ahead and share those, if you click on share here, you'll notice that you can share with all of these different social media tools. But on your Chromebook, I'm going to suggest that you go ahead and you hit your download button here. And it'll go ahead and you'll notice that it's downloaded here. You can always check your downloads to see that the files are there by coming to this drop down here and looking and seeing that they've been added to your downloads folder. This is where you're going to be able to find them to be able to add them to WeVideo. So again, after you've recorded your interviews, you're going to want to go ahead and download those onto your Chromebook so that you're ready to share them in WeVideo. So let's go ahead and do that WeVideo section now. So WeVideo is available in the Chrome store, so if you don't already have that, you're going to want to go and look for that in the Chrome store on your browser. Once you've added it, you can go ahead and launch it from here. And WeVideo is like iMovie or Movie Maker if you've used any of those in the past. You can start a new project here. I've already started one here, Ducharme's project. Just go ahead and, well, let me build on that one anyway. So create a new video and take a minute to load the editor like this. And the way WeVideo works is that you're going to want to, in this working area, upload all of the resources that you're going to want to go ahead and then put in this working area down here. Okay, so first of all, you want to come on up to the left-hand side here and make sure that you're in this timeline version. I'm going to do this little drop-down. I think when you first do this, it's going to default to storyboard, but you want this timeline version because you're going to want to add images plus audio and maybe even a voiceover. Let me just drop this down so you can see. So not only are you going to be adding images to this digital story, but this is where you're going to be putting your audio files, and this is where the narration can go. Okay, so let's get all of those resources that you need up here in this working area, and then we can go ahead and drag them down. The ways you do that is you can click Upload Media here, and you notice the types of things that you can upload. Images and movies here, audio, sounds, and this is going to be a music library. You can add transitions to your slides, and then you can add text as a sort of an opening credits and ending credits, if you will, as well, titles and such. So you click Upload Media, and when you're on your Chromebook, you can go ahead and click Browse. Will get you to your Downloads folder, but you can also add anything that you like from any of these other sources as well. So it's a pretty good tool in that sense. You click Browse, and then you have your audio recordings from SoundCloud already here. You can click those to go ahead and download. And then if you've got any images as well that you've saved, you can click those and add those directly to that as well. I'll get out of that since I've already done that here. Come back to my timeline. And then in order to start doing the cutting here, let me go ahead and take these images that I've already uploaded, and I'm just going to drag them over here and put them on this timeline here. I'll get this other one, stack that one right up next to that too. And let's just add this other video just because I have it here so that you can see that you can add both graphics and videos like that too. If I want any of these to be a little bit longer as my, let me just go ahead and drag that because I'm going to want more than a few seconds to be on that picture. And I could get that video back up here. But you notice that I can drag these around so that they're in a different order. Now I'm ready to go. I've got my images and my video in there, and then I'm going to scroll down here because this is where I'm going to want to add my audio, my voice recording. So these were the interview questions that I had already downloaded, and if I go ahead and drag that, I'm going to put that right there in that section, and I can move that at different points to line up with the video and the audio, so the video and the images that are up here and above. So let me just double check with what I've got set up here for it, and we can always test to see what it's going to look like in this area up here. So I'm going to go ahead and start to play that, and yeah, I'm just being goofy. Oh, there goes my nose. And then I'm hoping that the audio is going to come in just a second, because that's how I've lined it up underneath. Clicking the record button, and then you'll notice it's just letting you know as it goes along that you are actually recording at this point. So that was my recording from SoundCloud, and I want it to come in earlier, so I'm just going to drag that over to about there. All right, let's go ahead and test that again. I'll move this back to part of the beginning. See my nose wiggle again, and then we'll see. Clicking the record button, and then you'll notice it's just letting you know. There we go. And then with each one of my interview recording, I can go ahead and grab that, pull that back down, and stack that up again so that you'll have the sections that you've cut out as you go forward, one after the other after the other. Notice here too that you can edit this recording that you've just added here, because you can go ahead and drag up in this area. Notice how that's trimming that on the left, trimming that down here like that, and then I can drag that over to be a little bit closer like I'd like to. So let's just review that again. You've got your video and images here. You now have your interview excerpts, and then you can do a voiceover in this track area. So this is where you're going to want to narrate the beginning of this little mini digital story documentary, if you will. So you can just directly here by clicking on this recording icon, just say, welcome to my project. You'll be introduced to blah, 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 and then you'll start the interview. And of course, I can voice record in different sections as well and line up that voice recording so it's interspersed between some of my interview questions like that. Come here to preview, and then when you're ready to go ahead and share that with Mr. Ducharme, you're going to hit publish. You give it a title, you hit set, and then you have different ways to go ahead and share that. And what we'll probably have you do is share it to Google Drive. That seems to make the most sense, and then we can upload that to YouTube to share with the rest of the world. Hope this helped.